Welcome back to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking with Kyle Buschelman and Scott Kaul, almost forgot your name, from Brad's. We're talking about a number of different things, reasons why you want to head over to the Sportsman Show. Take advantage of those early days if you can. I'm not going to say that they're not going to, some of the stuff that you want, if it's Brad's or not, that they're not going to be there Saturday and Sunday. But we all know, you all should be well aware that by Saturday, Sunday, I'll give you a little secret here at the end too, but by that time, typically, a lot of the stuff that you might be looking for is gone, at least the higher demand things. If it's baits, if it's oars, if it's rods, you know, those things a lot of times get gobbled up quickly. But the tip is a lot of the manufacturers do hold stuff back that they can hold on to for that Saturday and Sunday push. So it's not that you're not going to find them, it's just your odds are better the earlier that you go in. Now, that being said, and you can come meet me if you wish to. Be nice, please.
Hey, I thought that was a great picture, by the way. You didn't write that picture? Huh?
On Wednesday over at Fisherman's Marine from 11 to noon. And I'll be there longer just because I like hanging out with the folks there anyway. Maybe I'll get behind the counter and start doing some work. I don't know. I'm terrible at math. Okay, first things first. The deal of the week over at Fisherman's is the Brad's hooks. Mm-hmm. Now, I mentioned yesterday, and I made it very, very clear. When you first announced these here on the show last year, I'm like, I didn't fish your hooks, man.
I didn't either.
But they've been completely changed. I've had great 100%. Success with them for springers last year, fall chinook last year, and summers, and of course steelhead. Although I've been getting my butt kicked with steelhead, that has nothing to do with the hooks. What did change, though? That was the one question that came in yesterday when I had mentioned that. Somebody tried calling me out, and I wanted to make sure that we got that addressed.
Yeah, great question. So the hook that we had was a value hook. It was, it didn't stay sharp. It dulled quickly. Mm-hmm. I didn't like the way it would bend at times. So I spent, as we have discussed in the past, several years looking for the right hook.
Gotcha.
Been overseas twice looking for it. Tested 10, 12 different hooks, and Brad tests too. Brad, everything. Brad's a fishing guy.
He's a mad scientist.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I'm almost falling over.
Please don't break your leg.
No, this cast. Anyways, he will. He loves to test them, test the sharpness, put them on our strength machine, test the strength. Sure. But yeah, he and I were both in agreement in a blind test that this hook is outstanding.
Okay, and it still fits in that value product line, not cheap or something that's just not going to be usable for you, but you can buy a bunch of them at one time.
50-pack for under $10.
I mean, that's industry-wide. That's not, you can't really say that very well.
You're not going to find it.
But to still yet find a good hook that's not going to bend out on you. It's a hook's a hook, right? If you run over a rock, if you're, perfect example. If you're bead fishing and you run a rock, most hooks, if not all of them, you're going to roll a tip. Some of the hooks that are out there will snap because they're very brittle. A lot of hooks will just flat bend out, and then if you bend them back, now you might be putting yourself in a situation if you actually did hook a good-sized fish, that it's going to be more apt to stretch out again. So it's one of those things where it's better to have a good hook, a new hook. If something got rolled over and you can go ahead and sharpen it real quickly, okay, that's something that you can do. But if you got to completely, swap out and go to a brand new setup, do it. Because if you're able to buy that many hooks at one time, it's better to burn the hooks than lose an opportunity at a fish that you finally hooked, right? Because you're trying to be cheap on the hooks that you're fishing with at the time. So it's a great reason to make sure that you've got good hooks. One of the best bits of advice that we've ever gotten from Bill Herzog was a sharpener, to have a sharpener with you everywhere you go. If you're bank fishing, if you're in a drift boat, jet boat, whatever it is, to make sure those hooks are super sharp. If you can't get it that way, swap it out immediately and just make sure that you're good to go if you actually get bit. Too much time is spent. You know this better than anyone. Yeah. You've got more rod hours going on than all of us, right? Because you've got so many rods going at the same time. It's better just to make sure that you're good to go if you did get lucky.
Well, the one thing I like about this pack is it's a 50-pack of hooks.
Sure,
and so
burn 'em.
I do a lot of my summer in the ocean, and for lingcod, I go through a lot of hooks.
Oh, I bet you
snagged
do.
all day.
Yeah.
And you buy them in packs of 22. or 25. There's always one extra, right? So it's kind of nice to have affordable hooks that I can use and just tie tons of rigs and not worried about snagging up all day.
Right. And if you did, just keep swapping them out.
Absolutely.
Be confident. And now's the time to tie, right? We're not out there fishing yet.
Yeah,
so let's be prepared when we get on the river, on the water, the ocean, whatever, so you're maximizing your fishing opportunity.
What are the size ranges? I know you got red and black, but the size ranges from what to what?
From 8 up to 5/0.
Oh, okay. So everything from trout fishing to full-blown fall Chinook on the coast kind of thing when you're talking about 5/0s. Not that you need a 5/0 for a springer anymore. Be nice. I miss those 30-pound fish that we used to catch. Okay, but you got the full
sturgeon hooks. Yeah, and our sturgeon hooks we have as well. It's a custom-made hook just for us. It's got a larger eye, and there's some other changes in it, but that goes from a 4/0 to a 9/0.
Okay, perfect.
We sell those as well.
Okay, gotcha. And those are the specifically for sturgeon.
They're barbless for sturgeon.
Gotcha. Okay, so you covered the whole range, and Fisherman's does have them all there, part of that deal from the deal of the week. And if I haven't mentioned it before, it's at all 3 of their locations until they're sold out, which I don't know if they're going to sell out, but they got a lot of them, and they're fully stocked up on the skinny minis as well. But I wanted to at least talk a little bit about the cut plugs. We can't forget those to become very, very popular. And I don't even know if I should say the most popular, but the kokanee size and then the mini are extremely popular right now.
Yeah.
Colors that you really like, Kyle, that you would say, hey, if you're going to buy a few, you know, are there color patterns that you like maybe over another?
Yeah, well, what's that? This is Jackpot right here. Is that Jackpot?
Yeah.
Similar. Honeydew.
Yeah, so the kind of that old double trouble look with short truce and chrome. I like that. I am a big fan of, you know, this new one we have come out right here. This one at the white. Anything with pink. What was that? Hot Sugar Daddy, is that one?
I love some of that.
Sugar Mama.
Okay.
That one absolute kills it for coho when I'm doing that in the summer. And then for spring, I like anything with a little short truce on it. So
Sugar Mama.
Yeah, that one right there is probably my favorite. It's got that copper color into it.
Right.
I have one of those every day when I'm fishing for salmon in the fall and summer. So there's one it's hunting all day long.
Gotcha.
So,
and you mentioned that you didn't give up too much, but you said tuna and krill that you like to stuff it with. Do you get crazy with what you're stuffing your baits with, or do you just kind of keep it basic?
Basic. Yeah. I think it's important, but it's a lot of krill with a little tuna.
Gotcha.
You know, some people like a lot of cream with a little coffee. It's a lot of krill and a little bit of tuna, and it seems to work fine. So,
Gotcha. These are all those little things that you just park it in the back of your mind when you're starting to get into that season. Oh, what did that guy say from the show? Oh, a little bit of krill, a lot of krill, and some tuna. Okay, so these are just little things that you can utilize to be more successful when you get out there. Now, skinny mini.
Yeah.
Right? When we come back, I want to show everybody a little bit of the differences. Some folks may have missed this, but they are definitely different when you're referring to how you open them and how you actually get your tuna in there.
Exactly.
All right,
yeah.
We'll be back to that in just a minute, everyone.
Outdoor GPS is brought to you by Yakima Bait, steeped in tradition, innovation, and fishing success. Procure Bait Sense, ruthlessly effective. And by North American Metals Incorporated, first choice for all your metal roofing and siding needs.